Hey guys, Hunter LeMasters here at the Hunting Fool, and today I'm going to go over the Burris Fullfield rifle scope and tell you some things that I really like about this scope since I've been using it for the past few months, and compare it to some other scopes I've used in the past from whitetail hunting out east and then coming out west to hunt. I think this particular scope that I'm reviewing today is the perfect all-around scope for cost effective, quality, the capabilities you can do aftermarket, creating custom turrets to dial in for your load on your rifle, whatever you're shooting. It's just an awesome scope. This Fullfield lineup was originally created in 1975 by Don Burris. It's been tried and true for 50 years, and it being the 50th year anniversary, they decided to go back in and revamp it. They've now made it more compact, lighter, and they offer an aftermarket dialing turret, which is really sweet. The scope that I have here is the 3-12x42. It's non-illuminated, and it's the Ballistic E3 reticle. One of the things that I like the most about this scope is that Ballistic E3 reticle. Reason being, I have no problem throwing it up and seeing the crosshairs from 3 power all the way to 12. And on some other scopes that I've used in the past, it could be just, it's person to person. My eyesight might be different from someone else, but I've always had some problems throwing that up in the woods and picking up crosshairs on different scopes. This one I've had no problem with. I've had it out at the range shooting it, sighting in at 100 yards and then shooting all the way out to 800 yards. From 3 power to 12 power, no problem picking up the crosshairs. Even out in the woods coyote hunting, not a problem at all finding those crosshairs when I needed to. So the reticle itself actually looks like that. If for your average caliber and load, you 0 for 100, your next elevation is for 200, next one's 300, next one's 400. And then you got your windage dots out to the side that's factored in for like a 10-mile-an-hour wind out to that. And of course you have your windage marks on the side too. Now if you wanted to go more advanced, Burris has their knob synergy system, which is a universal turret that you can put on any of these Fullfield rifle scopes. So you can have your advanced enclosed or capped version. You can have your open version if you're just one that wants to reach up real quick and dial, or if you're hard on stuff and you're afraid to lose your 0, you can get the capped one. But they have a built-in 0-click stop as well, to where if you dial out, you can just go right back to your 0. Also, they have the windage knob on the side that you can upgrade as well. And then if you're really advanced and you really want to dial out to further distances and you maybe hand load your own, you can go onto their website and actually create a custom turret for whatever load and caliber you're shooting. The other thing that I really liked about this rifle scope is the eye relief. So the eye relief on this one is 3.9 to 4.1 inches. So it's 4.1 inches on 3 power and then 3.9 inches all the way up to 12. And I like that because growing up, whitetail hunting and doing deer drives at 3 power, I like to throw up real quick and I'm there. You're driving deer, you're bumping deer, and it's real quick. So you're throwing up and following, and you don't have to get in close to the scope or get back. You have a good distance right there where you can see everything. That is another thing that I look for when I'm buying scopes, and this one is just, that gives you plenty. And the eye relief on this is comparable to a scope that I've been hunting with for the past, I don't know how many years. So this is my deer driving gun for Ohio and West Virginia. This is a 3x9x40 Leupold, and I think it's been a very popular scope for hunters because of the eye relief. This one is actually 4.2 on low power to 3.7 on high power, and it's just easy to throw up and see, and I think that's why it's really popular. You get a little bit more on the low end, and then once you zoom in, you got to come up just a little bit more. But that's right there with the Burris. And then look at this. The Burris is more compact, and you're getting 12 magnification out of this and 9 out of this. So if you want to bring a 9 power out west, it's doable, but you could potentially be shooting, have to shoot 500, 600, 700 yards. With a 9 power is a little tricky. It can be done, but having an extra few magnification to a 12 power is a night and day difference. And I must note, you can do a lot with this. You can't do too much more with this. These are the same price. This is a $300 scope right here. $300, 3 to 12. You can do custom turrets. You know, I don't think you can find another rifle scope that checks all those boxes for that price range. And the quality of glass on this, like, I had no idea. You know, I got it, I've been reviewing it, been shooting it, looked up the price, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way that's $300. The quality from edge to edge, from in the morning shooting all the way to sunset, like, I couldn't believe the price range on this for the quality that you're getting. Another awesome thing about Burris scopes is the forever warranty that comes on your scopes. And right here on the back, no charge, no questions asked, no proof of purchase necessary. How cool is that? If you're in the market and looking for one rifle scope to do it all, you cannot go wrong with this scope right here. Specifically, the 3 to 12 power, I think, is a sweet spot if you're going to set up one gun to do whitetail hunting in the East or Midwest, and then bring that same gun out here to big game hunt. You know, when I'm deer driving, I'm keeping it on 3 power back home. Some areas back home, you might even be in an elevated blind looking over a food plot, or on the edge of a field, or on a right-of-way where you might have to shoot further. You know, you could shoot 400 or 500 yards there. Most of the time, you know, I was shooting 100, 150, 200 yards was like max. But then when I come out west, you know, you're going to be taking shots 400 plus. And with that 12 power, you can comfortably shoot out to 800 yards. So if you're looking for the scope that's going to do it all, where you're not going to break the bank, $300 for this scope right here, and you can customize your own turret, get it dialed to your liking, this is a scope for you. Check out the Fullfield line on Burris's website, and you won't be disappointed.